I got a million ways to get it. Choose one.
Choose one.
Hey, bring it back, bring it back. Now double your money and make it stack. I'm on to the next one. On to the next.
Hi YouTube, Crimscrow11 here, bringing you first deck profile video. Today I'm going to be covering my Exodia deck, and it's not an FTK deck, it's not an OTK deck, it's just an Exodia deck that I play for fun with some of my friends. So to start off, you need obviously all 5 pieces of Exodia. He's what you're drawing for in this deck. Up next, you're going to need 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. You'll see where they come into play later. You need 3 Emissaries of the Afterlife. These are your searchers for the limbs of Exodia. Search for the arms and the legs. Up next is Sanguine, and Sanguine can search for any piece of Exodia. You can search for the head or the limbs. Up next you have a Morphing Jar, mainly for draw power. If you have a dead hand, you can set Morphing Jar, trash what you don't want, draw 5 new cards. As well as, even if you have a piece in your hand, you'll see later you can send some stuff back and then Morphing Jar that hand and hopefully draw into some more pieces or whatever you need. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, draw power, trade them in later on. And now into magic cards. 3 Upstart Goblins. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's 1,000 life points to your opponent, and you get to draw a card. Up next we have 3 trade-ins. Now these are for trading in the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon and your 2 Blue Eyes. Next we have Toon Table of Contents. These are good for searching out. You can search out Toon Tables for Toon Tables. So let's say you have 1 Toon Table in your hand and a trade-in. You play Toon Table of Contents, then you search for Toon Table of Contents, and then you search for your last Toon Table of Contents, and then you search your last Toon Table of Contents, and you look for your Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. You trade in the dragon, you draw 2 cards, you just thin your deck by 4. Next you have 2 Dark World Dealings, 2 trade-ins. I'm sorry, not trade-in, hand destruction, which you can discard 2 cards out of your hand and draw 2 more. And with these, I wouldn't be afraid to drop 2 pieces of Exodia, put them into your graveyard, because you'll see later why I would do that. Messenger piece, stall, reload. You could trade that, like, you could swap out reload for a magical mallet. I don't have another one, so I run a reload. But these are good for sending back what you don't want or what you can't use at the moment for more cards. Basically, Magical Mallet lets you send back any number of cards out of your hand and draw the same number from your deck. So it's fairly good if you're stuck in a bad situation. Up next, Pot of Avarice. You can run Pot of Avarice if you've been dumping pieces into your graveyard. You can shuffle them back into your deck and then draw 2 cards. Good in a pinch, and it'll help you get your pieces back. Onto traps. 2 Threatening Roars. It probably wouldn't hurt to run 3 or 3 Wabokus. Either way, it's pretty much just stall. It's to stop your opponent from attacking you. If you've got nothing else on the field, run this. It'll hopefully get you a turn or 2. Hopefully you can draw into something that you need. 2 Reckless Greed. Again, it wouldn't hurt to run 3. If you can hit Reckless Greed and then draw into another Reckless Greed, and then draw into another one, so you can draw into all 3, you can essentially draw 6 turns in advance. The only problem is it stops your drawing for 2 turns after you activate it, so it's kinda up to you if you want to take that risk or not, because it could stop you and put you in a really bad spot. Up next, Backup Soldier. Backup Soldier is for milling. If you have milled pieces, Backup Soldier can help you return anything except the head of Exodia to your hand. So if you plan on dropping pieces, do not drop the head of Exodia, because the only way to get that back is Pot of Avarice, and I'm only running 1. You know, it's up to you how many you decide to put in or what you want to do, but Backup Soldier, it's good for bringing back pieces. Gravity Bind, stall. Defense Draw, you could drop Defense Draw and put in another Reckless. That's where I would probably try and fit that in, but pretty much it's Waboku with the draw effect. 3 Jar of Greed, finally, is the last cards in this deck. Jar of Greed, you set it, and then you get to draw a card next turn. It's pretty self-explanatory. For the side deck, it's not much. I would run second backup soldier, because if you know, you never know. Compulsory evacuation device. I have another one laying around here somewhere, but I would run 2 if you needed to get rid of any stuff that your opponent might have in the way, if it's causing you problems. And last but not least, Monster Reborn, because you never know when you're going to need to Monster Reborn a Blue Eyes out of your graveyard and get a giant beat stick to defend your life points. So that's my Exodia deck. If you guys have any questions or any comments, I'm always open to suggestions. I know I need them. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to any of my videos, and subscribe to my channel. So see you guys.